Well, great morning. Well, today is Wednesday, so it's Hogalishi Day, so I'm not going to do too much. I'm going to do one quick open read. Pull the cards, and I'll show you what I've gotten. And the first thing out is about sipping, nosy, spreading rumors, gossiping. Okay. It's being apathetic. I prefer to remain focused on my own life right now. So who do you think this is? Goes out, spreads this drama, and is only focused on themselves. And the last card is intimacy. So, this has to do with Trump and what's going on, and it's who's close to me that I can throw under the bus. Okay? Take the heat off of me. Because it's always somebody else's problem. And it's always about him focusing only on himself. Okay? And the people that he's got close to him, they're all expendable. So the reading's about his being ruled by his emotions. Energy coming into it, he wants to temper this. So above it, Mickey. So above it, they wants to put an end, so throw somebody under the bus. And the foundation is that he's confident that this is going to solve some of his problem. But it's not. He wants to make somebody else the problem for the Epstein files, for this stuff getting out, etc. Okay, so he's going to throw Patel more than likely under the bus, and he's confident that he can get rid of him and this is going to solve some of his problem, because Trump is so smart. Smarter than anybody. So what's going on today? Again, the lid is off, Queen of Cups. And the challenge is his dark drama that he's done, that he continues to do. Okay. So above it, he's contemplating foundation, how to keep his secrets. Okay. The dark drama. How can I get this to go away? The Epstein files, it's Patel's job and Bondi's job to keep me out of this. But the lid is off. And his dark drama is the problem. So, potential outcome, he's looking at his thing of the wealthy, the things he's done that he thought, okay, we're going to save him, and the outside influence, he's facing loss. Loss is coming. Okay? He's contemplating this stuff. He doesn't like what's coming. 4 of Cups. He's sitting there contemplating this stuff with the wealthy. He's trying to figure out how he can renewal, how he can transition this to something else, throw somebody under the bus, make it go away, and embody some big sort of a change. What can I do to take the heat off of me? Because he's in his emotions. He wants to temper this. The lid is off. He's still in his dark drama from his past, and he's still there, ever the dark force. And the wealthy and he's contemplating, doesn't like what's coming, and so he wants to, again, make somebody else the fall guy. But Patel, no matter how smarmy he is, he's not the one that was with Epstein. So this is not going to work for Trump. He thinks he can get rid of Patel and find some way to skew it and make it his fault that this stuff is getting released. So let's see, let's do the clarifying read. At the center of it all, we have new information coming out. Yeah, that inconvenient thing, new information. Above it, things up in the air. He wants to keep it up in the air. He doesn't want this information to get out. The foundation is about the Epstein files, of course, 6 of Cups. The past, Epstein, the information. He wants it up in the air. He doesn't want it being seen. He doesn't want it to hit the light of day. He wants to block it, okay? He wants to block that information from coming out. Above it, but yeah, messages are coming, okay? Concrete messages are coming out. Foundation, yeah. The judges are saying you've got to hand this out. 6 of Pentacles. What's being handed out, he wants to block it. But they have the evidence in hand. The evidence is there. Okay? Queen of Pentacles. The evidence. He wants to block that information from coming out. And, his mind, that's Kash Patel's job and Bondi. That's what I hired you for, to keep that from coming out. So since it's coming out, he's got to blame somebody. Looks like Patel's the fall guy. Yeah, because this is based on his desires, what he wants to sell. Okay. And also about... about the family, the dark family, about MAGA. He wants to block it. They want the information. He's pondering this stuff, doesn't like what's coming. The 4 of Cups. He wants to keep it up in the air when it comes to the evidence coming out. He wants to walk away from it. 8 of Cups, of course. He wants to walk away from the Epstein files. He wants a victory when it comes to the evidence. Yeah, he wants to block that information. But MAGA is still pushing to get that. Okay? They want the evidence. They want this released. And he's pondering about the information getting out, putting out some sort of a new message when it comes to the information, and wanting to walk away, of course. He wants to keep everything about Epstein files up in the air. He doesn't want it getting out. So he's going to throw Patel under the bus. It's all Patel's fault. He's never going to admit that it's his fault for raping little girls. So let's see what we have underneath, pushing it all. The new cup, his cup of abominations, is coming out. Okay? It's in motion. Things are being shared. 2 of Cups. And he's got his delusion there, the moon. He's in his dark delusions and trying to work on things. Okay, 8 of Pentacles. He's there working on his stuff. When it comes to the lovers, his past, his sexual deviancy, okay, about his dark. Now we know he's a pedophile and he's a rapist. He's been convicted of attacking women, etc. And there is the burden. Ten of Wands, the Knight of Swords. His mind is racing on what he's trying to juggle when it comes to his past, his rich things that he thinks the wealthy can get away with everything, the dark drama. Okay? But the lid is coming off. And unfortunately for him, he's outside of spirituality. He's out in the cold. And this is coming up to his end. Okay, the death, the end of this is coming. And he is facing loss when it comes for him trying to control the action, okay? Because the investigations have happened and there is the agreement when it comes to figuring out the next move and new action, okay, that's going to take place. Actions in hand, and this is very painful, mentally, emotionally, physically, because this is going forward, and what he's trying to hide and cover over, forget it. Hangman, he's at an end. The truth has come out. And it's all due to the choices he's made in life. And we're looking at the wealth, the family, the drama, the turning of the Republicans now when it comes to the long term, and trying to strengthen their own careers from what's being handed out, okay? So yeah, Trump is trying to find a way to throw somebody else under the bus, make him pay. He's going to be on the revenge thing to Patel now because of Trump's actions, because Patel has not covered it over, kept it from coming out. So he's looking to throw Patel under the bus. But that's not going to make any of this go away. Okay? That's not going to work. Okay? He can fire Patel, he could fire Bondi, he can fire them all and blame them all because this is coming out. But truth is, if you wouldn't have been a pedophile, you would have had nothing to worry about, would you? So his fall is coming, and of course he's going to try to take down as many people as he can because it's never his fault. He thinks his wealth should allow him to get away with any of this. Okay? So on that note, I'll leave that here, and we'll see you online.